Rumors spreading round in that Texas town about the shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls. I'm racing.
And welcome back to another episode of the usajags.fanclub podcast. As always, I'm your host, Caleb, joined with
Luke.
And Charlie.
Wait a minute.
That is not their names, but let's look at this previous week to start us off. And then what else we got going on, Charlie?
Well, we also have a drawing of leprechauns.
See who wins that one.
As
Comment down below who wins.
Yeah,
I got a pretty good idea that I think I'm going to win.
As you might know, it was St. Patrick's Day, so we decided to draw some leprechauns. And, you know, some of them were better than others.
Do we have a professional basketball player on?
We do. Actually,
Yes.
a reoccurring guest, Kayo Goncalves, is on the show to talk about his Final Four run so far. He's not even done.
Yeah.
He's in the Final Four in his Brazilian team, Flamengo. And he came on to talk about what it's like playing in Brazil. And then also just, you know, some more of our pretty dumb questions. But we like them. It was a great interview. We really enjoyed catching up with him again. You know, who knows? He was the first reoccurring guest. He might be the first three-peat as well. We'll have to, we'll have to see on that. You know, more to come. But yeah, it was a great interview, and then we'll finish it up with some upcoming W's.
All right, sounds like a plan. So
W's
let's
in
look
the
back
chat.
at this previous week, starting off with the men's tennis. They played some Old Dominion, kind of had a warm-up game, 0-4, loss there, but then they wrapped it up by beating James Madison 5-2.
That's for James Madison.
Is that
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it was. They're bad.
Stinky.
Yeah, stinky.
Yeah, they are pretty stinky. What's he up to nowadays, anyways?
What do you mean?
James Madison.
Just
What?
hanging around.
University?
No,
the person.
James Madison.
I don't think he's up to much. He's dead.
He's not up. He's down.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wait.
Because he's dead. Down in the ground.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, so that
Oh
was
my
some
gosh.
men's tennis that we got going on for you guys. And then we had our game of the week. It's a little delayed there.
What do you mean delayed?
I mean, I said it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways,
It was done.
we won 13 individual sports.
Sure did.
What sport are you talking about? Did you say what the game of the week was?
I mean, track and field.
Okay, there we
Track
go.
and field.
The South Alabama Invitational.
Yes.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
And it's named that for a reason because we won the whole meet.
We were invited to win.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yes.
Some records were broken, right, Caleb?
Yes. Former podcast guest Dorian Curry
Yeah.
broke his own school record and jumped 2.18 meters.
Wow.
That's
Yep.
high.
That's a lot of meters.
Bro, that's high.
Yeah, no, that is high.
Yeah,
we got to set the bar high because, this ain't limbo.
No, it ain't.
It's high jump.
But I could do that in limbo. That would be pretty easy to get
I don't think
in
you
limbo.
could.
In limbo?
2.18?
Okay, yeah, I guess so.
You going under.
Yeah, I guess.
Dude, that's a foot taller than you.
That's why I'm saying it'd be easy. In limbo.
I mean, me personally, I ain't even hitting my head on 2.18,
yeah, we know that.
much less getting my body over.
know
Even if you
that.
jumped, you wouldn't make it.
That's kind of the point. That's kind of the point, Luke.
Okay. All right.
What else we got going on here? What happened? We got some baseball.
We do have some baseball. And some
What happened in baseball?
That is this previous week, but it's not for us. It hasn't happened yet. It's actually about to start. But yeah, we had some baseball. We had a series against Georgia State. Tough way to start the year. We got swept, but you want to get your losses out early.
Yeah.
We're coming off of a big win against Mississippi State.
Yeah.
And a bunch of weather changed the time of the games. The first game, there was like a 5-hour rain delay.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
At Georgia State, it's an easy look-ahead game. I mean, you just...
It is. But, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it was weather completely changed. It turned into a doubleheader. We'll talk about that with softball a little bit later, too. weather was we lost the weather.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It completely screwed up the weekend for those sports. But but there is a game that is actually happening as we speak, but it's not happening. It's already happened for y'all, and that's going to be the win against another SEC team in Auburn up in Montgomery. That happened last night, but for us it's tonight. So we don't know the final score, but we know it's a win.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah,
that's fair to say.
Mm-hmm.
Let the record show.
Assuming South Alabama won.
Yes, and then we also had some women's tennis. Hit me if you've heard this before, but we beat James Madison in tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody hit me. Okay, that was delayed. You talking about my delay?
You want me to slap you in the face?
No, I said hit me if you've heard it before, but we beat James Madison.
I don't want this to get taken down for violence.
We beat James Madison in women's
Or
tennis.
any other thing.
And then we had a game against Old Dominion. It got delayed because of weather. It's not sure if it's going to be brought back up or it's just going to be canceled.
Rescheduled.
Thank you for
I got you, brother.
Not brought back up.
Brought back up.
But anyways, well, it had already been started, so I wanted to say rescheduled because that seems like it hasn't started.
But do you know who
we
was?
got the doubles point.
Do you know who was brought back up? James Madison. There we go. Second loss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sun Belts, baby.
Yeah.
But so that game might be brought back up. We were winning. We had the doubles point one at that point. But so women's tennis 2-0 to start conference play. That's a heck of a start right there.
All
Yeah.
right.
Go women's tennis. All right, Luke.
What else we got going on?
All right. Yeah, we had some softball going on.
Okay.
We played Louisiana. We unfortunately got swept. But that Louisiana's a good team.
Mm-hmm.
They're a really good team.
are.
It's a quality loss, as the people in the college football playoff world would say. It's a quality loss, which is better than a win.
Yes.
So
And you know what people say?
what?
People say it's hard to beat a team 4 times.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, most likely conference championship or semifinals of the Sun Belt tournament.
It might come down to it. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to beat a team 4 times.
Yeah.
That's what people say. I'm not saying it. Professional people say that.
I
sure.
have heard that before.
You have?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't remember.
On usajags.fanclub podcast. Hey,
There you go.
We haven't plugged ourselves in a while, but that was
Yeah.
I guess we did plug Dorian.
Oh my
and you
gosh.
already.
Yeah.
But that's a couple plugs so far. But so it's hard to beat a team 4 times.
Wait, we had women's golf though, right? Too.
We did have
As
women's
well,
golf.
on top
We
of
did.
Yeah. It's the Bama Beach Bash.
Beach. Bash.
Luke, what do you think of that name?
I think it's a great name. I think they knocked it out of the park. The only problem I have is it's hosted by UAB. They aren't near the beach.
No.
They aren't bashing the beach.
Yeah, they're pretty far from it.
They're pretty far from the beach. So I don't think they should be staking claim bashing the beach. They shouldn't be staking that claim.
I don't think bashing the beach and a beach bash are the same thing.
They're
rocking the beach. I think is what he meant.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Like they're
because
they're
when you say you're
claiming-
bashing the beach.
they bash in the beach.
But if you're bashing the beach, that's like you're dissing on the beach. Hey, yo, homie.
Well, they say it's the beach bash. It's like the roast of
No, they're not
somebody.
roasting.
They're roasting them. Don't you play that? No. My
I
logic made
played
sense.
Luke's theme song right there.
My logic made sense.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
My logic made sense.
Well, that sums up this previous week. Does it, boys?
yeah.
yep.
All right. Well, let's go get a little St. Patrick's in us. Let's go draw some leprechauns. Okay, now it's time to draw some leprechauns. How was that Irish accent, there, Luke?
I didn't even
that
know. I didn't even know you were doing an Irish accent.
You brawling
That
because that was so good?
No, it was
No.
bad.
Yeah, I've had better ones. But anyways, St. Patrick's Day was this past Sunday. We figured we would, draw some leprechauns. We had book report time last week. I'm the only one who actually did it. Caleb pretended to do it and lip sync the silent video. And Luke didn't even submit it.
I failed the class,
Yeah, I'm the only one who got an A.
but Charlie sounded a little weird during his.
I did.
Yeah.
Somebody
it's kind of
decided.
like his leprechaun voice.
Somebody
I don't know
decided
what
to be
he was
jealous
doing.
that they didn't do it, and they edited my audio. So
Yeah, who didn't do it? Anyways, so today we're going to be drawing some leprechauns for you. Obviously, you Mobile natives know the viral leprechaun video, and maybe some of you who aren't from Mobile as well. So
But that's not the leprechaun we're drawing. We're drawing an Irish leprechaun.
we're drawing leprechauns.
We're drawing leprechauns. You never
Yeah.
said Irish.
So,
Okay.
so down in the comments, be sure to tell us who had the best looking
It'll
leprechaun.
be me. My drawing skills are pretty good. So art class, let's get it.
All right.
Now it's time to show our drawings off. Some people decided to not follow the rules, and some people decided to maybe
This is the winner here.
copy some other people's ideas. I'm just
I
saying.
didn't copy. Watch the film.
No. Yep.
Watch the film.
Watch it back. There's definitely probably was some peeking from the right side of me because some of the same ideas happen, and I finished first, so first is always right.
Okay, yeah, because I put more time into mine.
All right. We ready to show them off? We ready to show them
Yeah.
off?
All right, Caleb, you go first.
Okay. So this is it right here. I'm going to pop it up on the screen for you on YouTube, but here we go. Check it.
Initial thoughts.
He
I don't like
looks
the way
de-
he's looking at me.
He looks deformed.
Look at him, man. I mean,
I don't think you can say that, Luke.
Sorry. His head, you can see it. He has an invisible hat.
No, my initial
no,
thoughts.
I just don't know how to layer. But like, what do you think of it? Like, does it look good?
I don't like the way he's looking at me.
Do you like how I put a rainbow over him? I just
I
feel
do,
like that's,
but when we get to mine,
that's
I was
fitting.
like,
I feel like
it's-
that's the appropriate place for him to be.
you're what I'm assuming is a pot of gold because it's on mine, so you probably just copied it. It's as invisible as the hat, I guess.
Looks good.
But
know
that begs the
what
question: are the 4-leaf clovers on his hat? Are those on his hat? Or are they behind him? Because if it's invisible,
Why didn't you add like any like pupil to the eye?
it's scary.
Like like
we were
the,
kind
the
of
dead
in like a
eye.
rush.
No, we were
in a
not.
rush.
Dude, you added 2 dots and that's complete.
No, we were kind of in a rush with
No.
this because
No.
you know it was a timed event.
The
but you know he's
hands-
wearing like a suit, like you see like the little.
Okay, but where's
square
so does
things.
he have a suit that like extends like past his hands?
It's just a little big because you know they're kind of smaller. You know if you like
But
watch the movies.
would they have smaller clothes?
Yeah, but like this guy couldn't afford it because he hasn't gotten to the pot of gold yet.
Yeah, that makes sense, Caleb.
All right.
But
Rate
it's
mine
his
out.
pot of
Rate mine
gold.
out of 10. Rate mine out of
I give it a 4.
Ooh.
10. Okay. That's
I
not
would
bad.
okay.
It's not bad.
My initial thought was a 4 as well. But then the leprechaun looked at me and it got shot down to a 3. Like if he wouldn't have stared at me with those eyes. It's those eyes. They're scary looking.
So if I had just a little bit more time, your score would have been higher.
If you would have had time to put 2 dots on your page, it would have been a 4. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see yours, Charlie.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Pop it up for the people at home, Caleb. But I'd say I won this competition. See, notice the pupils.
No.
It has eyes.
No.
Where's the body?
What do you mean the body?
Yeah.
They're just stick figures in
Look.
Ireland.
Yeah. I've never
And they
seen a
eat
stick
potatoes.
figure leprechaun. I've
What do
never
you mean
seen
you've never seen?
a stick figure
You're seeing
leprechaun.
it right now.
Also,
No,
is somebody
this is a
pouring
leprechaun.
something on the pot of gold?
That's a rainbow.
You can't tell. It
How do you-
kinda,
Yeah.
it just kind of looks like a waterfall.
Yeah.
Maybe
What do
it's,
you
Also,
mean?
what's in his hand?
maybe it's a boiling pot
What
of
do you-
beans or something.
Whoa, hold on. Let's answer one question at a time.
what's in his
Caleb,
hand?
what do you mean that's not? It doesn't look like a rainbow. It's like got the 5 stripes or whatever, or 4 stripes.
You just don't really see
Do rainbows
much
have
of
4 or
an
5
arch.
stripes? Is it 5? I don't know.
Roy G. Biv? You not know Roy G. Biv?
Who dat?
It's like all the colors.
It's the rainbow.
I never
There's
said
the
I was good at
rainbow.
art
Also,
class.
no, I can't
it's-
believe
wait,
I
no.
didn't point this out
Hold
first.
on. I gotta answer questions at a time. Can you hold it, or do you need to say it now?
I need to say it.
Okay,
now.
say it.
Why's he got bald spot?
Why's he got?
What do you mean a bald
Why's he
spot?
got mutton chops?
It's not. It's,
This isn't the Civil War.
Yeah, you look like you drew a Civil War.
No, look.
soldier.
It's actually his hair. He's looking. So he's looking from a kind of like a diagonal angle, right? And it's his hair's curly. Like again, we didn't have colors, so like I couldn't do red. But it's just it's not mutton chop as much as it's like kind of like Luke's hair. It's kind of like Luke's hair.
But
red.
everybody knows that
I take
leprechauns
offense to
have
that.
big ears.
I take offense.
So
to
why do you have hair there?
I think that's a
instead of the
pretty
ear
bad
showing?
stereotype. You know, as somebody with small ears themselves, I don't think we need to be pointing out people's ear sizes. That's kind of
I
messed
think
up.
we do. He just looks like he's from the 1860s.
That's
and
pretty
I
offensive.
apologize to any time travelers who are coming back.
And listening to the pod. We know you're out there. We have a pretty big audience of time traveling leprechauns.
And what's on? What is that?
Yeah, so this hand, I was getting to that before you decided to interrupt. Luke asked that question. What is in his hand? Well, that would be a 4-leaf clover.
No, on his other hand.
No, the other hand.
Oh, the other hand. That's a pitcher of beer. Ale. Ale,
I
as you
never
could
would
say.
have guessed. I never
What
would
do
have
you mean? It's
guessed.
splash. That's the froth. It's the froth dripping. It's like he's cheering. Like he's like,
Oh.
No. No.
you
With his
know,
arms-
Luke
he's
knows
cheering
this.
with a straight arm.
Luke knows this, and you'll have to put in. I'm sorry, Caleb, but he's cheering because he's hearing a song. There was once a soldier who carried a mighty sword. You gotta put that in, Luke. I mean, Caleb. I'm sorry. Shout out to Luke's acting skills. I just put him on the spot. Go ahead. And the stick figure, I didn't want to do what you did with like just having arms with no hands because I know I can't draw hands, so I just did stick figure.
I give that 2.5.
2.5.
I got a 1.5.
Whoa. You're giving my eyes alone are worth more than
Okay.
Caleb's.
Okay, but no.
Oh,
He
he's-
put a lot more detail into his.
What do you mean? No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Look at my pot of
Yes,
gold.
he did. Okay, but look at his body.
I have a body. I
Yeah.
have a more
I-
facial
That's not
face.
considered a
If
body.
you would have done a stick figure body, it would have been a higher score.
I gave him facial hair. Everybody knows leprechauns have a little bit of
Yeah.
rough.
You got to put that TikTok in, Caleb.
All right.
Okay. All right. So
Luke, let's see it.
here's mine. You know, it's a classic. You know,
No.
a modern take on a beloved classic.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's pretty good. I think
No.
this is
He
stellar.
really
I
did
feel.
it.
Where's his mouth?
I feel right there. That's his mouth.
I thought that was his
Is
nose.
that the original?
I thought that was his nose.
Is that
It's
the one
pretty-
from Mobile?
It's pretty close to it. When I was a little kid, I actually submitted the Crichton Leprechaun video. You know, allegedly they might have used my picture.
Hold up. Wait. Pause.
He's
pause,
in the
pause,
tree, and they're about to shine a light on him, and he's about to go.
Pause. The hole is not his nose. I thought it was like a button nose.
No, that's
That's his
mouth.
mouth.
His mouth.
This
his
whole
mouth.
time I've been looking at that is it's his eyes, his nose. I thought you just forgot his mouth.
No, that's his mouth.
That's his mouth?
Yeah.
That looks like a perfect nose. Like that looks like a cartoon character if that was the nose.
He's
And
about
like
to,
a little tiny like little smiley face at the bottom.
Luke, I love that though.
No, look, he's about to. They're about to shine a light in the tree, and he's about to disappear from them. And like I filled out the whole page too. Y'all didn't do that. I put a tree and like
okay,
wood. And
for
For
bark
those
on
of you
mine.
who know, you know.
Oh
I'll,
yeah,
I'll give you
it's
this.
spot on,
Luke, I'll give you
it's
this.
spot on.
If we were doing a ranking on the best backgrounds and scenery of the pictures,
Mine
you
would win.
Yours would win.
And I would win the
No,
leprechaun
you
drawing.
wouldn't. Let me finish. Caleb would be last with his see-through hat and
No.
his pot of gold.
I just don't know how to
No.
layer. I just
What is your pot of gold? What is that?
It's better than your
You ain't got a background. That's not a
sizzling
background.
beans.
Yeah, your sizzling pot of beans.
Yeah, we all have backgrounds and covered 90% of the page.
You no, you
did
didn't.
not cover 90.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Cap. Neither
Yes, he
did
did.
Luke. Dash just does not mean cover. There's a lot of white space. If you covered, you'd just be scribbling, like coloring the whole thing.
Okay, all right, Caleb, what you rate it?
Yours?
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
You cannot get. I'm more accurate.
Yeah,
I'll go 5.
that's very
I
accurate.
want to put Luke's up to the original.
Yeah.
I'll go 5 just because I don't believe it's a true leprechaun.
Okay, so that still means I win. That still means I win. I won the competition.
Well, you forget that our votes are worth at max 20 points, but the listener votes are worth 100 points.
Okay,
So,
well, I think the people will agree
so
with
the
me.
people will have the actual
Yes.
voting power
So
here.
comment down below. Who do you think won? Luck, Charlie, or me?
Yeah, luck.
What
Come
a
on.
throwback. We've had a lot of throwbacks this episode.
Yeah.
We're zinging it today. We're doing pretty good there. All right. Well, that was our leprechaun art class. Catch us hanging our paintings in the Louvre one day.
Yeah,
That's like
especially mine.
That's the painting place, right?
Yeah.
There we go. I know stuff. But yeah, so make sure to check that out when we're famous artists, because some of us, not these two, will be famous artists one day. Nice green plant there. You got the spirit there, Caleb. Luke, where's your green?
You just can't see it. You can't see it on camera.
What?
That's all I'll say.
All right. Well, let's go on to the interview with a great recurring guest. Another great interview with Kayo Goncalves. As always, we say it in the interview, but you can check out his Final Four game on FanDuel TV or FanDuel TV Plus.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the app. It's a free app. We're going to be watching, so it should be a great game. And cheer on a former Jag.
Yeah.
All right, let's kick it to Kayo.
All right, and welcome to the podcast, returning podcast, Kayo Goncalves.
Come back.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're the first ever recurring guest on our podcast, by the way. So you get to hold that trophy.
Look at me, breaking records.
You're the first recurring, and you're the first professional athlete as well. So I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting everything knocked out. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're over playing in Brazil right now, where you're from. Your team is. Check me if I'm wrong on this, but Flamingo. That's wrong.
Flamengo.
Flamengo.
hmm
Is it like the bird, or was it named after?
No, nothing about the bird.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I don't know where it comes from actually, but it's a very traditional team in Brazil. One of the biggest soccer teams in South America, in America in general, and one of the biggest in the world as well.
Gotcha.
And very traditional in basketball as well.
Yeah, so you're about to play in the Final Four coming up in April for it's the Champions League
Champions League.
Americas. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Once you win the Champions League in Americas, you play against there's like the World Championship in I believe in July or September. And so there's four Champion Leagues. There's one in Asia, one in Europe, one in Brazil, and one in Brazil, no, one is Americas, Europe, Asia, and I think Africa, I believe, something like that. And the winner of each Champions League goes to the World Championship in July, and then they play each other and see who's the best out of the four.
That's really cool.
Wow, that's big time playing against everyone across the world.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, so now that you're playing in Brazil, is there a style difference between playing in Brazil or playing when you were back at South in the Americas or in America? No,
Yeah.
was there a big style difference?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like each country, but also like each part of the world has like its like different styles of the game. Like United States has like is more skill, more athleticism. Like the game is way faster. It's very different. It's a very physical game. Um, Brazil is more like a slow-paced game, but it's more physical in the way it's like guys are heavier and they're stronger. In that side, it's gonna be hard for you to find like a very skinny dude here. Everybody's like strong, so it's very physical. So it's like slow game. There's not much like one-on-one. It's more like play style, player play based, and yeah. So very different from the United States. It's very different from college. Very different from Europe. Each place has its own style. It's kind of weird and also fascinating how different basketball can be played at.
Which one's your favorite?
I don't know. I think so far European basketball is probably my favorite.
What was
college
Europe's
is
style?
is more like if I it's like it has like some of the athleticism of the United States because there's a lot of foreigners that go there, but everybody's just like smarter playing. Like everybody's smart as hell. Like it's like great passes, like great like looks, like the plays are done like in a very specific ways to get very specific outcomes out of it. So it's very, very interesting how European basketball is played. Very different than college.
Yeah, I was wondering because I saw the other day somebody said that the European basketball they don't call as many fouls. Can you attest to that, or is that not true?
Yeah, there's not much like fall calling. The game like we use more the shot clock than college. Also it's different because the shot clock rule is different. It's like 4 quarters. It's not like two halves. And there's a couple like different rules than that, but also the game is played different.
Gotcha. So your team in Brazil, would you say there are a lot of like, are there a lot of people like you from Brazil playing on that team? Is it international? Like, what's the makeup of your team?
In Brazil, I believe you're only allowed to have three foreigners per team, if I'm right. Or four foreigners. Yeah, four foreigners. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So different leagues have like different policies regarding foreigner athletes, especially because they target American players. But my team have one American, one Brazilian American, and two Argentinian dudes, and they had one guy from Hungary. So yeah, four international guys.
Did you know?
But
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh no, so but everybody else is from Brazil, regardless of where you're playing, the majority of the team is gonna be, local guys, and then you're gonna have, depending on the rules of each country, between I'll say 2 to 5 international players. They can be from, United States, Canada, South America, Africa, it just depends. But they're usually Americans.
Gotcha. Did you know any of your teammates before playing, as a teammate now? Like growing up, did you
I
play?
actually did. Yeah, I actually did. It's funny because so when I was playing the when I was a kid, like playing here in Brazil, I played for Flamengo as well. When I was growing up, before going to the United States, I played in the developing leagues in Brazil, under 15, under 16, uh, and I used to practice with the professional team as well. And one of the guys who's playing right now, who's going to retire this year, is a guy that used to practice 10 years ago with him.
Wow.
He stayed his whole career there. So it's kind of funny because like he saw me literally step by step, year by year, since I got to Flamengo, started playing basketball, and now I'm playing by him. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool
That's
thing.
like a full circle
Yeah.
moment right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a full circle. Like he saw my whole development, and then like I saw this kid like a couple of days ago, being like a fat little chubby kid, shooting some balls, and now I'm playing like with him, like
Oh yeah,
so it's kind of funny.
that is funny. I was wondering, okay, so like I had to fact check this because I know me personally, I could never do something like this, especially in a game. But I saw where you went 7 for 7 from three a couple weeks ago. What was that like? What
Yeah,
were you feeling?
yeah. Actually, that game I went 10 for 10 from the field and 1 for 1 for the free throws. So I didn't miss a single shot.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah. So besides the 7 from three, I also went 3 for 3 from the two, and
Mm.
1 for 1 from the free throw. And I don't know, during the game you don't feel it. You just like shoot it and the ball goes in, and then you go back to defense and you think about the next thing, and then you go back to offense. The ball comes and you shoot the ball again, and the ball goes in, and you just think about running back to defense and who you're guarding and different stuff about the game. So you really don't feel it until like you realize like, oh, like I didn't miss a single shot yet. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
let's keep it rolling.
So you really didn't feel anything because we played intramural basketball this year. We actually recorded
Hmm.
part of it and put it out. It was pretty rough. Our
Yeah.
team was good. We were definitely not. But like if I made a shot,
We were very bad.
I was like on top of the world. But I mean, I guess you're a professional athlete, so you don't get excited over one make. But it's just
No, I mean, it just depends on like the person, like I know a lot of guys professionally, they're playing like professionally for like 10, 15 years, and still to this day, like they make a three shot and they be like, yeah, yeah, put some threes up, like everything, hell yeah, they lift the crowd up, like that works for them,
yeah,
but for me, like I make a shot, I'm like, yeah, nothing special, it's
just
like
business.
usual.
And so
Yeah,
4
exactly.
7 from three, was that a big like momentum shift? I felt like in the game, like if someone's shooting that hot from three, like it's got to suck the momentum out of the other team. Did you notice that when shooting the threes?
Oh yeah, because like as soon as I started hitting the threes, the defense started changing towards me as well. Like so I had to adapt to that during the game. So that's why like there's another thing that I was not feeling because I had to adapt and think about different ways that how can I find a shot now that the defense changed over me. They're starting closer. They start like, okay, he didn't miss a shot yet, so like let's be closer to him now. Like the coach now is yelling from the sideline, hey, he's a shooter, he's a shooter, he's a shooter, be next to him, transition, everything. So you have to think about different ways to find this shot, even though like their team is prioritizing to defend you. That's why another reason you don't feel it because you adapting in the moment.
Yeah, I felt like if I was on the other team, if I saw this guy lighting us up, I would have been like, "All right, what are we doing wrong on defense?"
Double team him.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll be pissed. I'll be 100% pissed. I'm like, because especially, we go on offense and you make a good shot. It's like, okay, now it's time to start getting some momentum and turn the game, and then we just hit another three. Then
Yeah.
you go back, you score again, and then you score a two, and then you go to defense and another three. It's like, I'll be pissed.
So you're a professional athlete. You played in college. You played before, like you said, in developmental league. What is the biggest difference between professional practices, like team practices from college and then from growing up? Is there a big difference?
Whew. Oh, big difference. Like so growing up, like first of all, here in Brazil, there's no AC in the gyms when you practice. So today was one of the hottest days. During the summer. It was thinking hit. Let me check.
AC.
Fahrenheit. I hit 107 degrees today.
Oh my gosh!
And we had practice.
Dang.
Wow.
So you over there like sweating so much and drinking some water to try to to cool down and hydrate, but it's just like hard. But it's not always like this. But usually it's hot. During the summertime it's hot. During the winter is like a little bit better, but it's still like hot sometimes. So there's a big difference because you cannot push practice so much because like everybody's sweating a lot, the court is getting wet. There's a difference in temperature, humidity that affects like the court and how slippery it is. Like it's not as controlled as the United States. So you have to adapt your practice towards that. And also like you have a bunch of kids who just got off school, we cannot just make them run like that,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
United States. So and then college is just ridiculous. The amount of running that you do, everything is competition, especially with Richie Riley. His practices were like insanely hard. Everything's a competition. Everything is, oh, you lose, you run, you lose, you run, and
Dang.
you stay until you win. And if you, oh, it was so hard. So, and when I went to turn professionally, they cannot do that with the players because if they do that to the players, they're gonna say like practicing you losing a guy for the game. So they have to manage that too, because a lot of guys have attitude, or they can talk back now because they're professionals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also you have a lot of like older guys too. You don't have a bunch of like 20-year-old kids who can like run a lot and like jump out of the gym. We have guys with knee problems. You have guys that have been playing for 15, 20 years. They have back problems. They have kids and they have all of that. So we cannot push practice as much as college.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, like you have a lot of more games and there's a lot of traveling. You know, so you stack on top of that. So like practice are still hard, but it's like you have to pick your days, like when is hard, when is not, when is recovery. It's a lot of like weight room stuff, for recovery, for this, for that. So it's very more I'll say more intelligent, you
Gotcha.
know, because of
Gotcha.
all those conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you enjoy professional practices more than having to run in the Mitchell Center in
I
HK.
mean, I miss the Mitchell Center, man. I miss Mitchell Riley and the team. But I prefer practice with professional. They're so much nicer. Oh, and here in Flamengo we have coconut water during practice. Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
that's
very
a
nice.
plus.
Yeah.
That's a
Coconut
plus.
water? Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
it has several other teams: swimming, water polo,
Soccer.
volleyball, soccer. Yeah, what's if you had to pick another team to play for? What would you pick?
Team or sport?
Or
Either
sport, either
one.
one.
I'll be a pole dancer. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think I'll pick rowing. I used to row before be a basketball player, and I think I'll be a rower.
Really?
I like it. Yeah.
I went canoeing once and it did not end well. Flipped multiple times. So I don't think I'd be very good at rowing.
Is that the same thing or?
I mean, you're rowing. It's the same
It's
motion.
same
correct?
motion.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so you have like the kayak, is the one that like
One
To
paddle.
see a
Uh-huh.
bunch of people on the beach. Then you have the canoeing, which is just like one side, and then you have rowing, which is like we're going backwards pretty much.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just an arm
You have
workout.
that little like yeah, you have like a little trail. You see the rowing machines when you go to the gym, the people like
Yeah.
rowing. Yeah, that's pretty much it on the boat.
Gotcha.
I think I've seen something where they have the coach and it's like they've all got to be, doing rowing at the same time. That's
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of movies like on it, and it was
Mhm,
pretty
yeah.
much it's pretty big in the Yale, Harvard, and like all these like big schools. You had like the rowing team was like wow, amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they have like a different. You have like the solo one. You have the two-person one, the four-person one, and the eight. The eight-person one. There's always goes like a little guy who's like I don't know, 5 foot, 5 foot one. Weights like 80 pounds, like on the top. Because if he's too heavy, he's gonna slow down the boat. So they pick like the shortest guy to be on the front and try to coordinate everybody.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty dope.
That sounds cool.
All right. So I guess we'll get started with our favorite questions asked, the really dumb ones.
The hard hitting ones.
Uh-huh.
Some would say hard hitting, some would say dumb. If you were to
Oh, I have
compare
to.
yourself to one animal, what animal would that be?
I have to commit myself to one animal.
So if we were to say Kayo is this animal, what animal would that be?
Oh man, a wolf. I have a
Wolf.
pretty big tattoo about one already.
Well, there we go.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh, yeah,
perfect.
for sure.
Yeah,
Okay, dang, yeah.
Yeah.
All
easy
right, well,
one.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
we
answered
gotta
that
get
pretty
harder questions. All right, Caleb, your
Yeah,
shot.
I mean he had it ready.
Yeah.
So I was wondering for my hard hitting question, well, I'm gonna ask a follow-up question, assuming on the answer of this, but do you like burgers?
I do. I love burgers.
Okay, so what makes a perfect burger?
What makes a perfect burger? Huh. I would say some good bacon
Okay, for sure.
and like a lot of people say the size doesn't matter,
Hmm.
but the size of a burger does matter. Like if it's thick, whoo, man,
Oh
that
yeah.
one's gonna hit hard. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cheese? Any cheese on
Ooh, depends. Depends if I go to cookout or not.
it?
Yeah, the cookout trays hit different in college, man.
Hey, I can attest to that. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Good
Yeah.
cheap food, you can't beat it.
Nope. No free
Keep
ads.
on beating the chicken ranch wraps too. Oh, I miss it.
All right. So
Yeah.
what's like your favorite artist that you're listening to these days?
So I told you since I broke down my phone, right? So since it broke down, I haven't listened to music a lot because I haven't put my new Spotify in my new phone yet.
Yeah.
But I'm also always a big fan of Bob Marley, Tupac, and yeah, pretty much I listen to this pretty much like every day. Bob Marley and Tupac.
Yeah. Well,
Gotcha.
those are two really good ones.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah, it's weird because a lot of people assume I smoke weed because like I absolutely love Bob Marley. The last like 5 years, my top one artist on Spotify every
really?
year was
Yeah.
like Bob Marley. I was like, oh man, you smoke. And I was like, nope, I don't do that. I just like Bob Marley.
Just like the music. Just like the music.
Just like the music and the culture, but I don't do that ganja.
Well, I have one last question for you. I don't know if these guys have any more, but my last question for you is related to music. Before a game, what is your pre-game ritual? What do you do? Do you listen to music? Would you eat a certain meal? Is there something you do every game before every game?
I play Sudoku.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of my pre-game is ritual. I
It's a
play a
good
shit ton
mind
of
game.
Sudoku. Yeah, I just like to do something and it's boring as hell. Like going to the game like in the bus or something, or just like waiting there in the locker room. So I just like play Sudoku. And
Gotcha.
with music, just varies. Um, just varies. Sometimes some country music. I go back to my roots, South Alabama.
Okay, okay.
But the old country, not these new.
Yeah. Hey, that's right. That's right.
Some good John Denver. Like
Yeah, yeah,
whew,
for sure.
man, he's hard.
Well,
Um,
if you have a good
some
game,
electronic music too. Go ahead.
If you have a good game, do you do the same thing? Like, do you listen to the same song the next game?
I try to, but it never works.
Gotcha.
I'm like, oh, last game I did that part of the game. Let me try it again, and then I do it. Complete opposite effect.
So you got to make
I'm
sure you
like,
set
this should
it up.
yeah. Exactly. I was like, oh well, I'm not listening to John Denver again if I play a good game.
Gotcha. All right. Well, anybody else have
Yeah,
any questions? All right. Well, thank you so much, Kayo, for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
We hope to have you on again as our first three-peat for a interview, maybe even in person some point. We'll have
Yeah.
to work something
yeah.
out.
I'll be. I plan to be around like Mobile in July.
We'll have to work
So
something out.
this July in like 4 months. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right
Well,
around the
So
when
corner.
maybe
you
do it in
come,
person.
we'll have to do like a 3-point competition. See if we can go 7 for 7 as well. Combine
We're gonna get cooked.
us 3 versus you. 3-point competition.
That, that works.
No, you would still win. You would still win. But anyways, thanks so much for coming on, Kayo. You can check out his Final Four performance on April 13th. And it's actually on FanDuel TV, which is a free app. I found it out because I watched your last game on it. So in the US, you can watch it on FanDuel TV Plus. It's free.
I didn't even know that. That's
Yep.
good to know.
But yep, April 13th. Good luck. Good luck to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, good luck.
And we'll be watching. Go Jags.
All right, thank you so much. Shout out to my boy Adam Sizemore. He's getting married up in the summertime, so that's why I'm going to the US.
Gotcha.
See the little guy. Yeah. So thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
Go Jags.
Go Jags.
And thank you, Kayo. That was a great interview. That was a really insightful, great catching up with him.
Yes, and don't forget to watch his Final Four game on April 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what we got coming up for this upcoming week?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Yeah, we got some softball. All right, so we play at ULM on Friday, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And then Saturday we play ULM. You guessed it, 2:30. And then Sunday we play ULM. You got it, at 12 p.m. And then we wrap up the softball for this week with Tuesday at Alabama State.
All right. Those look like some
Alabama's
W's.
not a state.
No, it is.
It is?
Yeah, unfortunately, it is.
Oh.
All right, we got baseball. We got a series against and
Ew. Ugh.
we got Friday at 6 p.m., Saturday at 3:30 p.m., and then Sunday at 1 p.m.
You can't say that word on.
I
air.
know. We had to censor it.
That's
There's
disgusting.
one no.
I know.
Actually,
I
we
know.
have 2 no-nos.
Got a
but there's
bad
one
taste in
no-no.
my mouth, and I didn't even say it.
Ugh. Like smelling a fart. All right, then we got Tuesday. We got Alabama State playing baseball.
what?
So 2 Alabama States on Tuesday. Baseball plays at 6:30 p.m.
Oh,
so come
to
out to watch the softball game and then head on over and watch the baseball game.
It's the Alabama State. What's the I know it's matinee for Monday, right? What's the Tuesday? Tuesday.
I think
Sure.
so. Yeah.
Double header.
Yeah.
Double. I mean, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then we got a track and field event. Battle on the Bayou.
I want to talk about the Battle Bayou, but first, we gotta ask Caleb his baseball question of the week.
Oh, yeah, that's
we
right.
can't get
Yeah.
away without having him answer a baseball question. Caleb, you ready?
Almost did.
You did a book report, so you should be ready for this.
You should
You
know
would
this.
think.
If he actually did his book report, or is he lying and just pretended to do it?
All right, come on now. Give me an easy one.
All right,
is it?
Caleb, you ready?
Yep.
What is a ground rule double?
Ground rule double.
Think about it now.
That was a good question, right?
That was pretty good.
Ground rule double.
Oh, I'm just trying to think back to Wii Sports.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's break it down. What's a double?
A double is when you get 2 outs.
Okay. All right, so you get 2 outs. What is a ground rule 2 outs?
I don't think that's what that is. I think ground rule double is like when you hit the ball a certain way into a certain spot or something happens and then the umpire tells you to go to second base. Goes from first to second.
I think if Luke didn't make that face when he said 2
go
outs,
from home and then first and second.
Yeah.
But I don't know like how you have to hit the ball or like what the actual circumstance is.
You got the outcome right.
Yeah, you did get the outcome.
The
right.
outcome's right. You're a little blurry, fuzzy on the how you get to that point, but the outcome was right. So I'll give you a 50% on that.
Yeah.
Ground rule double is where you hit it and it bounces over the fence. Like it hits in, fair territory and it bounces over.
How often does that happen?
Pretty decently often.
Yeah.
I saw one the other day. Is like it hit off the pitcher and then went out it went like over the fence from that.
Huh.
It must have hit pretty hard.
Yeah, that probably hurt.
Yeah. But yeah, so
All right, you got a 50%.
50%. Good job.
All right,
But
that's
let's go back to the Battle of the Bayou.
Yeah, Battle on the Bayou track and field event coming up this week.
We started off hot in outdoor track and field. I'm sure we're going to keep that up. So,
Yeah.
That's
Is that against LS who or no?
It's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Caleb, you got any thoughts on the name Battle of the Bayou?
It's all right. I like the B&B, but
Yeah.
Alliteration.
but I've had this thought process before, but I don't think the Bayou's worth having a battle over.
Not to be confused with any Battles of the Bayou.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's worth having a battle. And I think if you have to have a battle, you have to have like assumption that both parties want it.
So you're saying, like the other teams aren't going to want it. The Jags are going to come and they're going to fight, and nobody's going to fight back. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but I'm also saying like the Bayou itself is kind of nasty. Nobody really wants to purchase it. I mean, think about the Louisiana purchase. Why was that so cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody
Good point.
wanted it.
Hey,
Good point.
So
we're bringing up the facts here,
history.
making you think. Wow,
Good
we've
point.
had art class, book report last week, and now we're doing history. We are
Yeah.
an academic podcast at this
Yeah.
point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the university. We're basically part of the university now. But yeah, so let's move on. We got some tennis going on. We had some wins last week. We're going to continue that winning streak on with women's tennis.
Yeah.
Starting on Saturday, we're actually on the road for the first time in conference play. We're 2-0 right now with Old Dominion not being finished. Remember what we said earlier was, what was it? It was
Not able to.
if it's
be
going to be
completed.
picked back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
They haven't rescheduled.
and we were winning. And we were winning at the time that we weren't able to bring it back up. But yeah, so we're 2-0. But Saturday at Georgia. Oh, you have a problem with State?
I'm sorry. I'm just a little paranoid of the next game.
Oh, okay.
Not of who, but the word is just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Icky.
A little
Icky.
preview of that. But yeah, Saturday at Georgia State at 9 a.m. That's an early game. But the Jags, Georgia State might as well not even get out of bed.
Yeah.
That's my input for that game.
Yeah.
And then Sunday at. Oh, sorry. I had to say it. I'm sorry. I did. 10 a.m. Bleep that out because, children might watch this podcast.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, absolutely. No,
We don't
want
need
that.
We don't want to mold the young minds the wrong way.
Typical.
Yeah, kids. Share it at your share this podcast though at your lunchroom table when you're talking about South Alabama athletics.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wraps up women's tennis. We're gonna be 4-0 after this week.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Yeah.
And then we have our game of the week. And he said I was delayed. Bruh. Nope. Still nope. Gotta go. Yep. Oh nope. So close. Oh nope. You had it. And he said I was delayed in the first segment.
No,
I've never
Charlie, you
switched
were.
pages before.
Yes, you have.
It's a learning experience for him.
You switched pages just a second.
Charlie, that's you.
Anyways, let's go to the game of the week. Game of the week this week is men's tennis. We actually are 1-0 in men's tennis game of the weeks. A couple weeks ago, we had
Keep it rolling.
We had North Florida because our former podcast guest Louis Docor is a coach there now. But we had to bring back this week because what's one thing that South sports all have in common?
They always beat Southern.
They dominate.
That's right. And Saturday we're playing Southern, and it's at 10 a.m. at home. The first home game for conference play for the Jags.
Yeah, super exciting.
So make sure to come out if you can. 10 a.m. at the tennis courts. We're gonna beat those mustard buzzards just like we do in every sport.
Yeah.
Always do.
We're gonna beat them in men's tennis. That's our game of the week. Score predictions, guys. Score predictions.
7-0.
7-0.
Gotcha. All right. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 5-2.
Okay.
All right.
I think we'll just let them have 2 points because
Just cause.
yeah, because we want our next game to be like, oh, we might have a chance. You know, we want to make them think. It's
This
the
is
long
a
game.
setup game.
Yeah, it's a long game.
Right.
Because our next game we're playing ULL. Keep that extra L there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sunday we're at 10 a.m. Another 10 a.m. game. We're playing ULL. So that's tennis for this week. Talking tennis. You see, I went through a whole tennis segment and didn't make my noises.
I'm glad.
I'm really glad you did.
Yeah.
Just saying, if we lose, which we won't, but I'm bringing them back.
You know
No.
what? Before you
No.
bring that up, I'm going to bring up how we have men's golf
Yeah.
at the Mobile Bay Invitational.
4. I never
On
say anything
Sunday.
about golf noises. 4.
Nope, just one.
What?
Just one invitational.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see what you did there. Yeah, it's the Mobile Bay Invitational.
Yeah.
You think that's worth fighting for more than the Bayou, Caleb?
Yes.
It is. That should be Mobile Bay. But, we're inviting, you always...
Inviting other teams to lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I disagree with that old term, I like to play with my food before I eat it, and the same thing goes with
With the Jags.
with what the Jags are going to do.
We're going to play with everybody before
Yeah,
we
invite them
do.
over, have a little...
Chit chat.
Yeah, and then, get down to business. What's going on over there, Charlie?
We good?
Yeah, we good.
All right.
All right, well, so that pretty much wraps up this episode. Great episode with Kayo interview, and
Got some exciting interviews coming up.
yeah,
We're in the works with some people. We're really excited about that. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to buy your own usajags.fanclub flag, you can at the link below and on our Instagram. As always, thanks for watching, and go Jags.
Go Jags.
go Jags.